Hi everyone, I'm Eugene.
And I'm Andrea.
Do you want to take the Power Couple quiz? Please visit our website at webuildlegacy.com. Go to our home page and click on the Home tab. Scroll down to the Power Couple quiz. Let's discuss another idea on the Power Couple quiz.
All right. The next idea is I believe it is okay for women to pursue and attain higher education. I hope I know your answer.
No.
You know what? All right, no. Truth telling.
All right, truth
telling.
Did
you always okay, higher education.
Yeah.
That's layered though.
For me, I've seen and understood, and even when I was a child, it was like the girls were always smarter, so why not? But then it's just society that puts all these limitations and boundaries.
All these what you do.
These ideas
like what, Eugene?
That the boys should be in the front and the girls should be in the back. And I just see it all differently. And like I said, I like how we express different things and what's Black love got to do with it. That your dissertation.
No, it's not my dissertation.
I know it's just the
work,
the work
the ebook.
the ebook.
You can get it at the website.
You can get that. I know. I was just. They won't know.
Fine.
You can get on the website webuildlegacy.com.
Okay, now continue.
So it's just as you grow and you have experiences, your thoughts and ideas change. So
what if I said it like this? It's okay for women to pursue and have a higher education than the man.
You know what? Then that to me sounds like competition. I think the woman should pursue and attain the higher education that fits her purpose or idea or thoughts of what she wants to do.
Now, have you always been really clear about that, Eugene?
Nope. Early on, it was good. I would just tell the truth for myself. It was good for women to attain, but just don't attain higher than me. If I told the truth. So
tell the truth, shame him.
And then I'm like, what you need all that education for, doctor?
So, okay, so first of all, like I've said before, my husband and I do have a slightly competitive edge to us. It doesn't harm our relationship. We actually like it.
You still get that chip too?
No. Okay. Yes, I do. Ain't gonna pay for it forever. Maybe another time we'll tell y'all how I got my
wrestling. Okay.
Anyway, so but when it comes to education, okay, so I graduated from Tuskegee University in 1994.
I graduated from Tuskegee in 1993. I won by 1 year. Okay. I'm the winner.
Yes, you're the winner. And then I returned to school.
Number one,
babe. You the man. Then I returned to school. Roar, baby. Wait, I'm sorry. We're supposed to be active, might be.
Yeah. That was one of our relapses from
exactly
when we were doing married couple. What was that? The
whatever it was. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forget what we. That was nights. That was like over 10 years ago. I don't remember that. Okay, so
having great fun.
So when I returned, I went immediately into my master's. I earned my master's. By the time I had my first child, did I have him yet? Yes, I had my first son. I had my first child during that time. And for 15 or plus years, that was it. So, I mean, literally, I did that. I had my master's when I chose to homeschool my kids. I was educated when I was at home. It was, some people have ideas about what homeschooling and why someone would do it. I had options, but it was what we felt led to do. And then, I don't know, I have these moments where I'm like, the last time I seen my name on a check for real? When the last time I did something for me?
You did.
When the last time, I had these moments while
why the boys get to push the bleachers?
Why the boys get to do whatever? And I remember talking to my husband. I'm gonna be honest, just so we can be honest. It's been a while.
Now the
Okay.
blind man.
No, I mean, it's. Do you know
I
how long
see,
it's been?
says the
Do you
blind
know how
man.
long it's been though since we? Anyway, okay. So I first started talking to him about wanting to to earn a doctorate in 2006, and I was like, oh, I think I really want to go back to school. But you have to understand, 2006 was 2 years after I had my last child, and for the majority of our marriage, I had been at home at this time. And we've already talked about how we were playing with these what's the man's role, what's the woman's role thing. And he was less than pleasant. I don't know if he'll remember it, so I'll just say that way. He was less than pleasant about what he thought about that. I was starting to want, like, hey, can you just watch them? That was when like certain workout places were open. It's like, hey, I just want to go, like, can I go like 3 times a week? And because I had put myself,
curves was up. Curves.
Don't be promoting people. Don't be throwing out these names.
Sorry.
Anyway, but you could do the circuit like 3 times a week and stuff. And I remember when I first asked him, the wonderful one here, he was like, "Oh no, what I'm supposed to do with the kids while you work?"
I said it. I said it.
I work all day.
I said it.
I work all day. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the kids while you
flipping around.
You don't. I said, babe, it's a 30-minute circuit. Literally, I'll be home with like 45, less than an hour. And I remember he was like, well, I'll let you know. And then some clicked in me. It always does.
She left.
I said to him, I remember where I was. We sitting outside your mama's house.
And you just give me the baby bag or something?
And I said, but that was later. But I warned you and you didn't hear me. I said, I think you think that I'm asking for your permission. And I'm not. I'm letting you know what I want to do. And somehow you think I'm asking you for permission. I'm asking for your cooperation. I'm asking for your help. I'm letting you know that I want. Let it roll through your butt. Do you see? And then after that, he's like, well, feeling himself. Then I left him with his kids. They're his kids. You ever seen them? They're his kids. They're his kids. I would get so whatever. I would go. What was it? I ain't gonna promote these people's place to this big store that are in most cities, and I would walk around by myself for an hour. Where you going? To the store. You said that last night you didn't come back with nothing. I just walk around pushing the cart just to be by myself because I was homeschooling, and all I was asking for was just an hour, and that's when I left.
She left me, y'all.
I did.
She left me.
I went and walked and did what I wanted, looked around at the pretty things. I didn't have nobody touching nothing. Hey, I didn't have to get no, what did I tell you, Andrew? But Mom, it's pretty. I like it. It's a thing. Remember? He had a way to do his lips. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. Omari just look at you, defiant. Like, I'm going to touch it. Omari, don't touch that. Omari. This,
don't touch this.
This, and he was double jointed. This, right here. Omari, don't touch.
That's what he did.
Okay, I'm off the topic. What was the topic? Higher education. So when it came to the higher education, I was like, listen, you think that I'm asking you. See, we're covering other questions, but that's okay. We'll just reiterate it later. You think I'm asking you, and I'm not. And I didn't say anything for 3 more years, but by the time 2009 came, I think you had gotten your message from the Most High that you was either going to be my cheerleader or watch other people cheer me on.
That's right.
What was it?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
I changed my attitude. Said I'm not going to be in the background.
Didn't you get a vision? Tell me, what did you see again?
People celebrating you, and I was off in the corner moping. I ended up
What you saw, like in your mind or something?
Yeah, I ended up reading her dissertation.
No. I hadn't gone to school yet.
You hadn't gone to school
I had wrote a book. I wrote my book.
Oh, yeah, you wrote the book. I wrote that
short.
book like 3 or 4 times.
He did. Yeah. That was. He just was like, I'm going to be her biggest supporter. And he is. And that's all I can say. I don't want to give the illusion. That's funny when you say that.
Yes, and, relationships, make certain turns based off of decisions.
One decision.
One decision. And I saw that, and it was something in me to say that I wasn't going to be a bump on a log, and I was going to be supportive because I didn't want to feel um, like I was, causing our relationship any, any dissension in the relationship, as well as, it was my opportunity to take a responsibility um, to support you, and that was something that I made a decision on, because it was like, if I sit back and mope, that's because I decided and I have a decision to make, and I wasn't going to be indecisive. So I said, I'm going to just do the exact opposite, and I'm going to go all in.
And he did.
And I mean, even before I went all in, I just felt that's how you're supposed to do things. Here it is. We were reading scriptures and praying and doing all this other stuff. So how much more? And that's when our relationship took another turn. And so and I could have made an opposite decision and just said, you know what, and didn't meet the obstacle of that particular situation and ignored those feelings and those thoughts and just sat in the corner like a bump and didn't. And our relationship would have went in another direction. But I'm thankful.
Yeah, and I'll say this.
It was a decision.
I'll say two things. The first one is, and because of our spirit of our friendly competition, the day that I submitted my dissertation, the day was the day that he started his MBA program. And I just love it because we've always used each other from when we were friends.
And actually,
it
presented itself.
It presented an opportunity.
So
I'm not saying that it was competition like that, babe. I'm saying that I'm admitting that we have the friendly competition. Mm-hmm. You cannot tell me that I did not help motivate you at all.
It was motivation. Yeah, it was.
So that's all I'm saying. We were doing it for our kids. Right now, my son, my oldest, is talking about pursuing a doctorate like it's getting a high school diploma. And he talks about it very easily. And we talk about what research really is and what all that is. And he does not, he's like, he told me the other day, he said, I travel and I'm okay being in Japan, because he's in Japan teaching English and music right now. He's like, I feel okay doing that because you traveled first and you went out of the country first. And he said, I feel like I can do a doctorate because you did it. So there's a lot we can say. I'm sure there'll be another question about education in some way. But I also want to say there were people who said to you that you cared about a lot. They were like, you're going to let her get a doctorate?
No. This is what she wanted to do. Yes. I'm supportive.
Yeah.
Just like when you went out of the country.
Exactly.
That was my idea.
Right. That was his idea, not mine.
She had a doula that came from South Africa that's a dear sister of ours now. And she encouraged people to come out to be a part of, it wasn't an exchange program, but it was a doula experience in South Africa. And she looked at me like, and I was like, yes, you should do this.
Just so we're clear, any adventurous thing that I do, it's him. It's not me. I get to, look wonderful, but that's the adventurer. He's the one that takes all the risk. I don't. He's the one that says, you want her to come where? I bought you a ticket to New York. And tell me what else you need. If it's about going and doing and being, that's him pushing me. All the big cool stuff, that's him saying, let's go, Drea, let's go, let's go, let's go. So just want to be clear about it. And then it's part of his personality, it's part of his DNA, it's part of his makeup. And we bounce off of each other like that. He was the one that gave me the last word that I needed, no lie, on my dissertation. I remember where I was sitting, titular. I remember where I was sitting. I remember him calling me because I didn't go to church that day. And I was sitting there trying to finish this dissertation. He's like, I found a word. I think you like this word. All right, babe, what's the word? And I was sitting on my computer and he said, it's titular. I said, titular. And it literally, if there was a certain thing that made everything like fall in place, it was that word he said. That so much of the things that I'm able to do that make me look brilliant is because he's played a role and been the cheerleader and thought about me. And because of his intention towards me to be my best, when the Most High wanted to give a message or say something to me, he could use my husband.
That's amazing.
He could say, I'll tell Jean.
I'm thankful.
And then Jean will tell her, because I'm special. Sometimes them things.
It's funny how I got the word. I was in a meeting, it was a whole bunch of leaders, and then I just heard a word that I never heard. Who ever heard the word?
I never heard the word.
And so I actually was so fascinated about the word, not for myself, but for Andrea, because I said, you know what, she loves words. And here it is. And I got the meaning of it, and because it was like, I asked her, what does that mean again? Titular leadership. And then she looked it up, and it was like, oh my God, this is the word I was looking for. It was
literally the word
for my dissertation.
It was the word. It wasn't like, oh, it led me to another one. It was the word. And so when it comes to that, I remember, because we talk about, just about everything. And I remember when he would say stuff to me about how other people view me getting a doctorate. Somebody told you that I wouldn't need you no more, didn't they? They say, let her get that doctorate. She ain't gonna need you no more. And I remember I either laughed or I cried. And I said, those people, evidently, they don't know me at all. Because so much of what I advance and do is because of him. It's because he has this long vision for things. And
so you're opening the door to more conversation.
Okay, well, I'll stop because I'm sure it'll come back up, baby.
Yeah, it will.
You want to say one last thing?
No, let's wait till the next one.
You gonna remember? All right.
This is Dr. Andrea Little Mason, affectionately known as Dr. Doula, and I'm here with another quote from a Birth Her Story interview titled Uncompromised Pursuit of Peaceful Births in the Hospital Environment. Tanisha Macklin says, you do what's best for your family. Always follow your heart to the degree it is respectful for the people who are part of your life. And don't let anyone discourage you. Whatever your passion is, you go for it. To see this interview, along with a host of other interviews with Black women in birth, please visit drdoula.com. And while you're there, take a look at the other resources that are available that will help you begin to reclaim our birthrights.
This is Coach Green Jean with Restoring the Dignity of Labor, where we're showing youth how to make connections into their crafted talent. And today's quote is from Booker T. Washington in his book, Working with the Hands. Mere hand training without thorough moral, religious, and mental education counts for very little. The hands, the head, and the heart together should be so correlated that one may be made to help the others. Thank you for visiting CoachGreenJean.com. This is Coach Green Jean, and we're developing our craft to building sustainable pathways for the next generation.